everyone, it's Sal here. Welcome back to another perfume video. I hope you're doing well. So today, you guys, we are going to be talking all about some beautiful rose fragrances which I have in my collection. Now, rose is a stunning perfume note. Funnily enough, it's a note that I wasn't always terribly fond of. However, I have grown to love this note in perfumery, and the 9 perfumes I have to talk about today are all fairly different takes on how a rose fragrance can come across. They give off different moods in my opinion, and I'm just really excited to talk about these with you today. If you are new to my channel, then a very warm welcome. I create new perfume videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so if that's something which interests you, please don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. So today's video is actually a very special one, you guys, because it is in collaboration with the sustainable jewellery company Ana Luisa. If you followed my channel for a while now, you will know how much I love this brand. I have worked with them before on a video, and since that video I have purchased my own pieces of jewellery from them, and I wear them in more or less all of my videos. I absolutely love their jewellery, I can't stop wearing it. So of course, when the brand contacted me again and asked if I would like to work with them, I was absolutely over the moon. I feel very lucky and humbled, of course, to be able to say that I am actually going to be one of Ana Luisa's brand ambassadors. I really stand behind this company, their values. I just think they make fantastic quality jewellery. They are carbon neutral, so they're very sustainable. They care about the environment, and also the pieces themselves don't have excessive markups, so they're actually very fairly priced for the quality that you receive. I'm extremely excited to be able to talk about these pieces of jewellery with you guys because I just simply love them. So the 3 pieces which I chose for today's video, you can see I'm wearing them right now. These are all gold-plated pieces of jewellery. So the first piece I chose was this absolutely stunning necklace. This is the Forget-Me-Not necklace. It's absolutely beautiful. It has this pendant here with a really sweet design on it. It also has a kind of twist gold chain which perfectly catches the light. It's very kind of sparkly, very beautiful. What I really like about this Forget-Me-Not necklace is it's quite dainty looking, as you can see, but it does have weight to it, so it feels really good quality. It's just absolutely beautiful. You could wear it on its own, or you could pair it with another necklace like I have in today's video. So the second piece I chose was this kind of plain chain necklace. This is the Laura Bold necklace, and I chose these 2 separate pieces because I thought that they might work quite well together. Maybe you could let me know in the comments what you think of this combination. I was a little bit concerned about whether they would actually go together or not, but the thing is, with Ana Luisa's pieces of jewellery, they pretty much all go together. So, you know, if you're choosing 2 separate necklace pieces to wear together, I don't think you could really go far wrong. From that point of view, it's just fantastic for people like me who really struggle with fashion in general. I really struggle to put outfits together and things like that. That sort of thing can be a bit of a hassle for me personally. I don't know about you, but really pretty much all of their pieces of jewellery on their website all go together, so you don't need to worry about will it clash with you know, this other piece that you're thinking of purchasing. They pretty much all go well together. And the third piece of jewellery I chose for today's video were these absolutely breathtaking little hoops here. They're absolutely beautiful. They have that very nice Parisian chic sort of look about them. I love the twisted gold effect. I know on their website they do have matching rings. You can buy a ring to match these earrings. These are just absolutely stunning. They're just the perfect size as well for every day. They're not too big, but they're not too small either. They're pieces of jewellery I think would make the most perfect gift, either for yourself or maybe for your mum. I know for my US viewers, Mother's Day is fast approaching, and Ana Luisa are actually having a 15% off sale for the run up to Mother's Day. It is currently on right now, so I'll leave a link down below and you will be able to take advantage of the 15% off sale. Definitely a fantastic opportunity to purchase their beautiful pieces of jewellery as a gift for your mother for Mother's Day coming up in the US. So the last order dates to guarantee shipping in time for May the 9th would be May the 5th within the US, and internationally it's May the 3rd, which you need to order by. Thank you so much, Ana Luisa, for sending me these stunning pieces of jewellery. I absolutely love them and I will be cherishing them for sure. Definitely don't forget to take advantage of their 15% off sale by clicking the link which I've provided in the description box. Their pieces of jewellery are just fantastic and I truly stand behind their company. I think they're just wonderful. So now moving on with today's fragrances. First up today we have this beauty here, Rose de Chloé. This is an eau de toilette concentration and in my opinion it is just up there with one of the best summertime rosy fragrances that you can possibly try, because this fragrance is really nice and light, it's not too heavy, it definitely gives me spring, summertime vibes. This is such a beautiful, crisp, sweet, dewy rose fragrance. It's so girly. This brings to mind a bouquet of fresh pink roses. This is such a beautiful, kind of crisp, light-hearted, sweet fragrance. Slightly green as well. To me, this smells like quite an authentic bouquet of real roses. Definitely a hint of green freshness in there, complementing the luscious, sweet pink rose petals. And it's just absolutely stunning. This is a perfect grab and go fragrance if you're stuck not knowing what fragrance to wear for the occasion. And you really cannot go far wrong with it. It's really versatile, perfect for any situation really. I do think that these Chloé fragrances, the eau de toilettes, are fantastic for work if you're not wanting to offend any colleagues or anyone that you're working with. These are just brilliant fragrances from that point of view because the smell itself is very pleasant. Just such a beautiful, delicate, ever so slightly aquatic spring summer rose fragrance. Just absolutely beautiful, the perfect light, everyday, casual, girly and feminine rose fragrance, and I absolutely love it. So that is Rose de Chloé. Next up today we have a new addition to my collection, and that is Ricci L'Extase from Nina Ricci. I'd heard a lot about this fragrance, you guys. I mean, a lot. I know many people love this fragrance, and part of the reason I was so drawn to it is the beautiful pink bottle there. I mean, how cute is that? So I really had quite high hopes for this fragrance, and it sounded like the perfect girly, sweet, rosy scent. Now, this fragrance, it's really nice, and so far I've had one full day wear of it, and from that full day wear, my impression is that it's not quite going to be for me, this one. If you're a fan of really musky, rosy scents, then you'll be in heaven with this one. This will be perfect for you. The issue with this fragrance for me was that musk note. It's a very prominent musky note in here, almost slightly metallic in nature, if that makes sense. It's this really prominent white musk note that definitely was very prominent on my skin in the dry down. Upon first spray, this fragrance is just beautiful, very sweet, rich, jammy rose. However, like I say, in the dry down, that musk note really comes out. It's really very prominent to my nose anyway. It might just be my skin chemistry. I'm not quite sure if it's just me or if everyone else finds that as well. Maybe you could let me know in the comments if you also notice that really prominent musky note in this fragrance. I certainly do, and that's something which unfortunately isn't quite for me, so I'm going to play around with this a little bit more in the coming weeks, but I can see this one perhaps ending up on the chopping block, to be honest with you, just because I'm really not a fan of that white musk notes in fragrances if it's too strong, and if it's almost that slight metallic kind of way, which in my opinion this one almost is a bit. So it's really unfortunate because I was so excited about this fragrance, I really was. I'd heard so many good things about it, and I even heard that this is kind of similar to Delina or Delina exclusive, or a mix between the two, I'm not quite sure. Upon the first spray, I did really notice that similarity. I thought, you know, it smells quite similar to Delina from Parfums de Marly, or maybe even Delina exclusive. However, like I say, in the dry down, it all kind of goes wrong for me. You know, at that point, just when that musky note comes out. If the musky note wasn't in there, and if it was really just a nice kind of fresh, bright rose sweet scent, then I would love it, but unfortunately the musk note in there, it's just a little bit much for me. So if you're a fan of rose and you love that white musk note, then definitely check this out because I think you'd really enjoy it. So that is Rose L'Extase from Nina Ricci. Now, next up today, we have a really exciting fragrance, you guys. Now, this is a new addition to my collection as well, and I could not believe my eyes when I saw it pop up on TK Maxx, I think it was. And the fragrance itself is Nina Ricci Rose L'Extase L'Extreme. Wait, let me double check. What's this one actually called? Oh, I beg your pardon. This one is actually Rose Absolue. So I think it's Rose L'Extase Absolue. I'll double check the name and I'll put it up on the screen. But it's the fragrance, which is actually really hard to find, and I'd had my eyes peeled for this fragrance for a very long time because I really wanted to try it. I signed up to all the waiting lists on Fragrance X and things like that, and I was waiting for it to come back in. I think at one point they did restock it, but by the time I actually went on their website it was like instantly sold out. So I've managed to get a hold of this fragrance, which I've actually wanted for a very long time, and I have to say, you guys, it did not disappoint. This is an absolutely beautiful, rich, woody oud rose fragrance, and it's just absolutely stunning. Something else I just quickly want to point out as well is the detailing at the side of the bottle, which I think is absolutely magnificent. It's just such a beautiful bottle. They even have this little plaque at the bottom there, and the other one, the Nina Ricci fragrance I just showed you, the Rose L'Extase, the plain pink one, it doesn't have those little detailings on the side, but this one does, and I think that is absolutely exquisite attention to detail there with the bottle. So of course the bottle itself was extremely beautiful, and the fragrance did not disappoint either. Something I'll also add, you guys, is the cap for these Nina Ricci fragrances have a nice weight to them. Like, they feel really good quality as well, which is something that I really appreciate. So this perfume, oh my goodness. For all of you who ask about lasting power, longevity, things like that, and for those of you who place a lot of value on that sort of thing, you definitely have to try this one. This is an explosive fragrance. It's definitely very strong. Really, you just spray a couple of sprays and it's filled up the whole area. It's a really potent fragrance. And something which absolutely tickled me pink about this one, you guys, is the fact that it smells quite similar, in my opinion, to Maison Francis Kurkdjian Oud Satin Mood. That's a perfume which I really had my eye on for a while. I was tempted to buy it and things like that, but of course it's a very expensive fragrance and I just wasn't sure if I loved it enough to invest in it. However, upon sniffing this, I was absolutely ecstatic to discover how similar, you know, this perfume is to Oud Satin Mood. And actually, I may even prefer this one, to be honest with you. It's a bit too early to tell for sure, so I'll give it a bit more time before I really decide on that, whether I prefer this one. But upon my first impression, I do think I actually prefer this fragrance to Oud Satin Mood, because this one's a bit smoother. The oud note is not as prominent in this one, and this has more of a prominent syrup note, in my opinion. Like a syrupy, jammy rose, that's amped up with this fragrance. And the oud, like those deep, smoky, woody notes, they're toned down a little bit in this one, whereas the original Oud Satin Mood, the oud is really very strong, which makes it a little bit more difficult to wear, in my opinion. It makes it a little bit more luxurious and a bit more dressy, whereas I feel this one is just a bit sweeter, it's a bit smoother, more emphasis on the rose, more syrupy, just overall a little bit easier to wear maybe, perhaps not as mature. It's just absolutely stunning, you guys, especially for the price. I was honestly blown away when I first smelled this. I can't believe how this smells for the price. On the whole with fragrances, I think, you know, you can kind of get what you pay for most of the time. So that's why, you know, whenever I find an affordable gem like this one, I'm utterly blown away, because I just can't understand how a perfume can smell so good at such an affordable price. But this is definitely a really nice fragrance. I know it's kind of hard to find now, but like I say, I came across it on the TK Maxx website. If you're in the UK, you could probably check on there and order one up for yourself. I ordered both of my Nina Ricci fragrances from the TK Maxx website. And honestly, this is just the ultimate seductive, womanly, badass, evening, flirty, kind of date night scent, I would say. It's got that dark and mysterious, smoky vibe to it. I believe there's some incense in here contributing to that mood. But again, like I say, it's still very sweet, slightly syrupy, like a jammy rose type thing, but with a very dark, alluring feeling to it. Just so beautiful, you guys, just absolutely fantastic. This would be the perfect like winter, autumn, winter fragrance, or just an evening fragrance. And very, very strong, very strong. So people will definitely be able to smell this on you. It has crazy projection and it's just a really explosive fragrance. A really beautiful take on a dark, kind of mysterious nighttime rose scent, and I absolutely love it. Next up today we have a fantastic and unique rose scent, and that is none other than the beautiful Florabotanica from Balenciaga. This is a absolute standout rose fragrance, you guys. Perfect for every day, really versatile, beautiful, feminine, not generic in the slightest. This is really unique in my opinion. They have some really interesting notes in here like mint. They have a cannabis note in here as well, I believe. Really, really fantastic note composition, which results in overall a very unique but still very pleasant and feminine scent. Now this is such a refreshing fragrance. It's very motivating. I can see this being perfect for work, just to really get you up and going in the morning, if you know what I mean. Just because it has that very crisp, refreshing nature to it, which would make you feel quite awake, I think, but it's not too sharp. Absolutely beautiful. To me, this is a really kind of edgy, modern take on a rose scent, just because it's really not how you would imagine a typical rose fragrance to be like at all. Definitely very modern, really unlike any other floral fragrance I've tried. Quite unlike any other rose scent as well that I've ever tried. Just fantastic, you guys. Perfect everyday, like grab and go, feminine, on the ball, beautiful rose scent, really unusual, really fantastic, good lasting power as well. It lasts pretty much all day, very refreshing, very clean, floral, slightly green, just fantastic. Just a beautiful, modern, feminine take on a rose scent. Next up we have Juliette Has a Gun Lady Vengeance. Now this is a really fantastic rose scent again. If you are a fan of quite bossy, sharp, patchouli heavy rose scents, then I would 100% check this out. I believe this also has some ISO-E Super in there as well. It has that kind of ingredient in it that Molecule has, which kind of melds really nicely with your own skin chemistry. So there's definitely something reminiscent of the ISO-E Super note in here. There's the patchouli, something slightly aldehydic, if that's me saying it in the right way. Aldehydes, you know what I mean. There's something almost reminiscent of that in the top notes as well. Really strong on patchouli, like I say, very dominant rose, like a red rose scent, and then upon the dry down you do get something slightly animalic, maybe even slightly earthy about this fragrance. It's just really quite a bossy rose scent. It means business. It's definitely got some attitude about it, slightly sharp, got a strong presence, really good lasting power, things like that. It's quite feminine, really rich. I think this would be quite good for the office, quite good for a job where you want to feel in control. I can imagine this being quite a good confidence boosting scent, just because it does have that confident nature about it. It's just quite bossy, like I keep saying. It just commands authority almost, just the nature of it, and it's just really fantastic. I wouldn't say that it's like my favourite kind of fragrance. For me personally, this isn't the exact type of rose scent which I would gravitate to the most, just because of the patchouli, the aldehydic nature to it, the slightly animalic rich quality that it has in the dry down, things like that. And there's something slightly kind of screechy. So it's not quite for me, I wouldn't say. I still wear it on occasion. I wore this to work the other week and it was very pleasant, but it's just not up there with my favourites. But I can see some people really enjoying this. If, for example, you like patchouli, if you enjoy ISO super kind of fragrances like Molecular One, if you like that, you like rose scents and you like earthy patchouli and things like that, this is kind of a combination of those three components really, and it's just a really fantastic, again, unusual, edgy kind of rose fragrance with some attitude about it, I would say. So that's Juliette Hazagon Lady Vengeance. Next up today we have another rose fragrance with some attitude, and that is this beauty here, Black Perfecto from Guerlain. Now, I used to own a few of the fragrances from the Petite Robe Noire line. I used to own a few of them, but I've since decluttered them. This is the only one which I have kept. This is just fantastic in my opinion. So of course it is very, it has that prominent rose note in there, but oh my goodness. This has so much to it and it's just absolutely stunning. There's almond in here, which you can smell. It smells like a really nice quality, almost like almond oil or something like that. Really gorgeous quality almond note in there. You've got your tonka bean, you've got your cherry, and it's a sour cherry in this fragrance. It's not it's not like an overly sweet, smooth cherry. It's definitely what I would consider to be a sour cherry note, and that complements beautifully with the other notes in here. So sour cherry, almond, licorice, I believe, rose, of course. Just all around an absolutely stunning fragrance. I would say this probably would come into its own of an evening or during autumn and winter, colder weather, that type of thing. This isn't really a fragrance I would be that inclined to reach for in the spring or summer. It's just not really a spring or summer fragrance in my personal opinion. I think this is definitely more of your autumn, winter, evenings, date night kind of scent. It's absolutely fantastic. What this reminds me of actually is a sort of biker chick. This definitely reminds me of a beautiful biker chick with her leather jackets on her motorbike, that kind of thing. Bright red lipstick, you know, slightly vampy looking maybe. Those are all the sort of images which come to mind when I smell this fragrance. Even the bottle itself, the slightly gothic nature of that bottle is just absolutely perfect. And the ribbon that they have around here, this one is actually a leather effect one, and it has little studs on it as well. You probably can't see, but the attention to detail of this bottle is exquisite. Fantastic, edgy, badass biker chick take on a rose scent, and it's just absolutely stunning. Next up today we have possibly one of the most stunning rose feminine fragrances that you can possibly try, and that is the beautiful Delina Exclusive from Parfums de Marly. This fragrance, you guys, no words could really sum up this scent. It's just too good. It's one of those fragrances that you really have to try for yourself to appreciate the artistry that has gone into the scent profile, the way that the fragrance develops on your skin, the multi-layered nature of it. It's just, I really cannot put it into words for you. It's really too difficult to explain just because of how exquisite this fragrance is. So this fragrance to me almost does it all. It's rosy, it's bright, it's effervescent, but it's rich, it's woody, it has a kind of creamy vanillic aspect to it as well. So it has lots of different things going on in here, and it all comes together seamlessly. It's powdery as well, fruity, floral, rosy. It's just, I honestly can't even explain. It's just one of the best rose fragrances ever. I absolutely adore it. This has a really refined, sophisticated feeling about it. I prefer the exclusive version over the original Delina. To me, the original Delina is a bit too tart from the rhubarb. The rhubarb in the original Delina to me is a bit too tart and sharp, and overall that fragrance feels very youthful, light-hearted and bubbly and things like that, which is nice and everything, but this to me is just more elevated. This is more polished. This has more class to it. I just think that the Delina exclusive version, it's probably my favourite from Parfums de Marly, hands down. I absolutely love this one, and of course it is a magnificent rose fragrance. If you enjoy woody scents, if you enjoy powdery, sweet, powdery, vanillic, woody fragrances and you love rose, then I would 100% give this one a try. This definitely has that very powdery nature to it that the original Delina just doesn't have at all. So from that point of view, this one's quite different in my opinion. I do think they're very, very different scents. But this Delina exclusive, you guys, it's just incredible. It's got that pear note in there, it's got lychee, which gives it a brightness, so it's still bright, but it's deep, rich, powdery, woody and vanillic all at the same time. So it does it all. It really does it all in my opinion, and it comes together beautifully. Just an absolutely fantastic fragrance, beautiful rose scent, and of course the longevity and projection is 10 out of 10. For this one, the quality is fantastic. Definitely a compliment getter as well. I have received compliments on this scent from a complete stranger, which never really happens, and although it doesn't really matter, compliments and things like that, it doesn't really matter to me, but at the same time it says a lot about a fragrance, I think. You know, if a fragrance inspires somebody to actually go out of their way to tell you how nice it smells, I think it does say a lot about the fragrance. And I just absolutely love this one, you guys. Fantastic, 10 out of 10 rose scent, Delina exclusive. Next up today we have another beautiful powdery fragrance, and that is Narciso Poudrée. Now, although this fragrance primarily to me is a musky, woody, sweet, kind of slightly floral fragrance, it does also have a note of Bulgarian rose in here. I believe it's in the top note of the fragrance, there's a Bulgarian rose. So upon sniffing it out the bottle, you do get a bit of that rose. I believe there's some orange blossom in here as well. There's that prominent musky note in here, which all of the Narciso fragrances are very well known for. There's some coumarin in here and woody notes as well, and it's overall a fantastic, womanly, feminine, beautiful, musky and woody fragrance with that beautiful rose note in there, adding a really nice feminine touch to it. This fragrance is sweet, it's quite dry, it's quite aromatic, very beautiful, very versatile, and absolutely stunning. I absolutely love this one. I was wondering actually if any of you have tried the original Narciso White Cube. Maybe you could let me know in the comments if you think I would like it, or if you think it would maybe lean a bit too masculine for me, because that is a fragrance which I was really close to blind buying recently because of how much I love this one, and I kind of wanted to purchase that one as well, but I'm just not quite sure because I know from what I've heard anyway, that one leans fairly unisex, and some have even said that it leans masculine, and I've just not been sure whether that would be a perfume for me or not. So maybe if you've tried the White Cube, you could let me know if you think I'd like it, because I do adore Poudrée, I absolutely adore Poudrée, and I'm very tempted to purchase the White Cube as well. And last up today, but by no means least, we have this stunner here, Armani Si Fiori. This is a beautiful, fruity, floral, musky, beautiful feminine fragrance, you guys. I might actually make it my scent of the day. It's so stunning. Kind of powdery as well, actually. It has that luscious cloud sort of feeling about it. Just absolutely beautiful. I love the bottle of this one. It's just that beautiful baby pink colour. It goes very nicely with my Nina Ricci bottle as well, but I definitely much prefer this one, by the way. I much prefer this fragrance, but both of the bottles are really very cute. So upon the first spray of Si Fiori, you get that huge blast of blackcurrant, I believe they have in here, so it's a really nice kind of creamy, sweet berry fruitiness from the blackcurrant. They do also have that prominent creamy vanilla note in here. They have rose, of course. Just such a beautiful, luscious, sweet, rosy, vanillic, fruity, slightly musky, powdery fragrance, and it's absolutely fantastic. If you love really sweet, kind of fruity vanilla scents, I think you would love this. so I would highly recommend this to anybody who really enjoys a nice sweet fragrance. It does have that rose note in here as well. I would actually say that the rose isn't super prominent. It's not one of the first things I notice about the scent. It's definitely more centered around that blackcurrant, the vanilla, the sort of powdery texture that this fragrance has, the very luscious feeling, kind of creamy, musky, but it does have those other florals in there as well, so I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. There's definitely rose in here. There might even be some orange blossom, but I'm not 100% sure. Just an absolutely stunning, beautiful, feminine, like fun, really happy kind of fragrance, to be honest with you. This one almost reminds me of springtime. I've worn this out on a few of my springtime walks, and upon smelling this now, it does sort of bring back those really nice memories of springtime walks and things like that. It's really nice and flirty as well, and I would just highly recommend this one. It's such a beautiful, feminine, sweet and flirty fragrance. So that is Si Fiori. So there we have it, everybody, my 9 different rose fragrances. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to click my link in the description bar below to take advantage of Ana Luisa's fantastic 15% off site-wide sale in time for Mother's Day. I know you will love their pieces of jewellery. I'm completely obsessed. I wear them all the time. Don't forget to take advantage of their 15% off sale. Thank you so very much for watching. I truly appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.